getting it perfected to where I was happy with it. So we're going to take a look at this and let me know what you think. Just so you are aware, everything in this video, all of the junk and all of the items has been placed by hand. I used 0 mods in this. I have a few items from the Creation Club, but that is all for those who know what that is. But no mods. So come in here and we're going to start with the Vault 88 sign here. Everybody's welcoming in. And you got the security checkpoint. And you got the signs and some laser turrets here. I'm going to turn on the light just so you see a nice little sign here. It says, please no smoking. There is no smoking inside the vault. Come through the little screening checkpoint there. Come around to the right and we're going to enter the security office. This is where you can come and make your complaints if necessary or whatever. You got the waiting chairs here, filing cabinets for anything they have on file, and you got the little robot floating here. He's kind of guarding over this place. They got their handcuffs, they got their security helmets and everything. They got some uniforms and a gun over here, and their little desk that they like to do their work at. Come over. Now we're going to come back out this way, and we're going to enter the vault proper. So we're going to come down here, and this is the main entrance for the vault. And there we go. There's the atrium. This is the massive atrium that I have built. We're going to come over here, and as you see, this is kind of a little cozy little area that they can come and relax at. You got some ferns and stuff growing up out of the ground. Nice little gas lamp, so no electric lighting in this corner, and some old benches that they can sit at and just kind of relax. And it's kind of a dark, quiet place that they can kind of do what they need to do. We're going to come over here and we're going to go all the way up. This is the residential area. Forgot to put a sign there, but that's all right. We're going to do the residential area. We're actually going to come all the way upstairs, all the way up to the 4th floor. This is the 3rd floor here. And we're going to come up to the 4th floor. And the 4th floor is the nursery. This is where all the little kids stay. So come in here. Nice, massive nursery here. They can run around and play around and do whatever. You got the small for the kids, the smaller beds for the kids over here. They got some teddy bears. And you got some benches, some couches for the adults to sit on. And you got the little cribs for all the babies over here. The infants, they can sit over here. And the adults that work here, they have their desks, and they've got, of course, a phone if they need to contact anybody. And this is where they would monitor. And then you got the toys here. This is their little toy area for all the kids. And one of the kids ended up spelling Vault, as you can see. Nice little thing. But this is where they keep all their toys, and they can play with them in the corner here. Store some stuff in there when necessary, and then their dressers for all of the for all their clothes. Now we're going to come down here, and this is the uppermost level of the living quarters. We're going to start by coming in here, and this is, most of these places are not very well decorated. I didn't put in a lot of stuff. Most of these people, I just kind of imagine that they live here, but they don't do a lot in their living quarters. Because they got all sorts of stuff and all sorts of entertainment out in the vault. But you got some stuff, and you'll kind of get an idea of what some of these people do. This family has a TV, they got their little couch, and somebody likes to tinker with stuff, and they got some tools, or not some tools, but they got, you know, a circuit board here, and they can play around and do some fun stuff on that. We'll come back to that door in a second. Over here, got another little family room. And they got some little stuff, and the kid likes the silver shroud over here. Come across the way. And this one, these guys don't have much of anything. Everybody's got their own pillows on their beds and everything, but these guys just don't have much of anything except for some posters and a picture up on the wall. I'm going to come across the way here. And this one, you got 3 bachelors that live over here. And they don't have much on their dressers, you know, as a lot of bachelors may not, but they do like to play poker. And you got their little poker set up. You got the cards in the middle, and they got drinks and all their poker chips, and it's kind of a nice little setup. Come across over here, and it's kind of funny because you get, this is a kind of a nicer apartment. So you got a nice little couch with a TV over here. They've even got room for books and a little reading area, and then a private, separate bedroom over here. Where they got that, and then they got, you know, he's got a little suite over here, and but they got a little private bedroom apart from it rather than walking straight into the bedroom. Come down here, and this is the lavatory, the bathroom. So you got a plunger, of course, and a toilet and a mirror and their sink. And we're going to go back to that other door and come right over here, and this is the janitor's room. This is the maintenance closet for the living quarters. Spent a lot of time working on this, getting everything lined up properly. But this is where they keep all of their cleaning and maintenance supplies for the vault, for the living quarters of the vault. And they got some of the spare, you know, some pillows if somebody needs it, and some soap and stuff if they ever need it for any of the living areas. Next, we're going to go down the next level and go down to level number 2, and we're going to come into this door here, and this is yet another room where you got 3 people living here. Looks like one of them is a photographer. He used to be in the Brotherhood of Steel, and you got that. So we're going to come around here. We got a couple other rooms here. Oh, and the lavatory looks like somebody was using it. That little bathroom. Each floor's got their own bathroom, which is nice. Come in here, and this family likes to entertain people. As you see, they've got a couch and a couple of chairs here over the table, and they can just kind of sit there around and chat with people in this area whenever they want to. Come across this way, and you got a couple people living in here, one of which is a chemist. I believe I think he's actually one that works in the research station that I'll show you later. But this is where he kind of goes, if he does any work at home, he does it all over here. Come down this way, and we've got, this is where the tailor lives. She's got some stuff in here if she wants to work on anything. And this is where she lives. And over here, we have another former Brotherhood of Steel. Who lives alone. This is the only single apartment in the entire building, other than the overseer. But you know, this one likes to fish, play baseball, and so that's what that one is. Now we're going to come down here, and we're going to go across the way over to the maintenance area, and this is where the research and all that is taking place. So the research maintenance door here. Come through here, and you got a couple alcoves, some tool chests there, and then the red lights here just showing you this is the end of it. There's nothing else beyond that. I'm going to come back to this in a little bit. First, we're going to come down here. Got a nice long staircase to come down here, and this is the research division. This is where all of the research and crafting is taking place. So you got the chem station over here. Got all the chem tools and all the different materials that they will build and you know, mix their chemicals with and such, and all the chemicals themselves. So they can you know, make anything they need to over here. Come straight down, and this is the robot building area. There's the robot station and all the different things. You got some mods here and some different things, all the different robot parts and the different components that they would need, along with a bunch of Mr. Handy fuel, because they're going to build a bunch of Mr. Handies. And then you got the power armor station with a power armor suit under construction over here. That looks in pretty good, but you got some helmets and some other parts, and they can craft and build whatever they need to over here and repair them as necessary. Each station also, just so you know, it does have their own fire extinguisher, because these are going to be necessary from time to time. You got the weapons workbench over here. Somebody was welding, and you got all the components and a couple of weapons under construction, along with they've got some parts for a mini nuke, which is kind of cool. And turn around, and we've got the armor workbench over here, and they've got some cloth bundles and a few pieces under construction, along with all the components that they'll need for constructing and repairing armor. Now we're going to come back up this way and come around, And we're going to head down to the reactor, and as you see that, and over here, there's a couple of those because we've got the big nuclear reactor in the middle here. It's a nice big one, provides plenty of power for the entire vault. In here you got a little table with some work stuff on it, and this is where the manager is. You got all the computer banks over here, so you got a lot of people that, a lot of stuff to monitor, along with some storage for various things. But the manager is over here, and this is his desk, and he kind of keeps control over things as necessary, which is kind of cool. Come up this way, and you got a overview of the entire thing. And you got some hazmat suits over here. This is where the lockers for the general workers are. The hazmat suits are in case they need to actually open it up and get inside and repair something inside the reactor there. Lastly, on this trip down the maintenance hallway, we're going to come over this way and come across to the water purification center. And this, as you see through the window here, there is the water purifier out there. And this is the office that kind of maintains and watches over it and monitors everything, make sure, you know, nothing's getting through that shouldn't be. So this is where they've got all of their equipment for, you know, their suits and everything, and they've got all their tools that they need. This is the manager's desk, of course. And they've got the little coffee station because they're definitely going to need some coffee out there. And then they got their station for maintaining and checking all the stuff with the water to make sure there's nothing going on with it that shouldn't be. So as you see, hard hat protection required coming out here. Come outside, and they've got a full range around the water purification system here. So they can access at any point, anywhere along this, whatever they need to. They've got they got their little tools over here for one of the stations. This is kind of the main pipe that feeds out, and so when necessary they can do that. And then of course you've got another station over here with some tools at the fuse box, because this is where a lot of the electronics for it are happening. Now come back this way. I'm gonna run here so we can get through this quickly, because there's no quick way to go back. We're going to run along this way, come all the way back over here, and we're going to go into a little storage closet. Oh, actually, before we do that, I promised to show you guys what this door was. This door is one of the exterior access points. As you see, this is an exterior point that they can get to the outside of the vault. It is generally a locked door. Nobody can come out here except for people with access. Oh, apparently I left that open. But they have this. This is also the emergency escape route should they need it. You got this heavily guarded vault door down here. So say somebody is coming through the main the main entrance in the front there that we came in through. They can come out this way and exit out the back. There's actually a couple of exits. There's one through a pharmacy that they've dug in, and they can get through there. Makes it nice and simple for them. They don't have to worry about having only one exit to get out of this place, but it is a guarded door, so they don't have to worry about attacks from that side very often either. Now we're going to come back this way, and we're going to come over to a little closet right here, the storage closet. This is the main storage closet for the vault. As you see, there is a lot of stuff in here. They've got all their different things, all the stuff that they need. This is all the stuff that's related mostly to the living quarters and the shops and everything. So you got the cafe stuff over here, and some extra storage for the general store sometimes. And then this is where you've got all the maintenance stuff for the general maintenance of the vault. All their tools. They got some extra Mr. Hander fuel in here. Some tools, some paint when necessary, some fun stuff like that. This is over here, as you see. This is also marked maintenance. This is the other access to the outside of the vault. They got that blocked off so nobody can get around it, but this is where they can also get around on the outside, on the ground level of the vault, and do anything if they need to. So next, we're going to come upstairs here and come over to the cafeteria. This is kind of the little diner. as you see, there's a nice little jukebox back there. Got a little buffet style for all the fruits and vegetables. There are plates and forks and stuff over here with their drinks and their trays. But this is kind of a buffet style for any fruits and vegetables that they may want to pick up. All the seating come over here, and this is where their drink station is, so for coffee and water and such. And they can get some soda here as well. This is Clem. He likes to run the restaurant here, and he sells some pies and some other sweets along with Nuka-Cola and Vim. Come over here, and this is where they keep, this is the kitchen area back here for the diner. This is where they store all their stuff and store some of the meats and other stuff that they're working on, other foods. And we got all the different food prep stuff, the oil and the salt and the pepper. And then the prepared meals over here. You've got all the different foods and then some soups. A bunch of plates up there. And then, of course, this one I like. It's a kind of a bacon and eggs breakfast meal there. Come down here, and you got some people that were in the middle of meals or whatever. You know, they have their foods, and they come out and have a snack every once in a while. And then from here, we're going to come across this way, come into the commissary, and this is the general store. You got your shopping baskets over here. This is kind of your daily essentials. You got your daily foods, some glue and toothbrush, toothpaste, and your newspaper if you want to pick it up. You got your foodstuffs on across the top here. These are all the very preserved ones that have been located out in the wasteland. Some nice preserved foodstuffs. You got some sporting equipment here, baseballs and bowling balls and basketballs and such. Over here, you got the stuff for the, if you want to kind of make your living quarters a little nicer. You got some nice lamps, some fans and some flags and stuff, and some microscopes if you want to use those. And over here you got the toys and some basic stuff. So you got the the board games, little kids toys, cups and bowls and plates and forks and knives and such, and then some dirty stuff on the floor there. It's overstock and lesser quality, obviously, than the nice clean stuff they've got on the top here. So this is kind of the discount rack on the bottom there. Got some umbrellas and some umbrella racks. You got some sweepers that they found from the Institute over here. Got some nice cameras and some alarm clocks up here. And down here you got all the silver equipment, so the pocket watches and the lockets in there. Some nice variety of cameras on the bottom. The tea set over here. And then the gold watches and the gold lighters. And they also sell pens and pencils if you need it. And he's got a little credit card here. If somebody left that. Now we're going to come over here and we're going to go up there to the next level up. And the atrium here. And yes, we've got Vault Boy and Vault Girl there, both giving us a thumbs up right over the exit there. Kind of a nice little thing. Come up here, and we've got the weapons and armor shops. We're going to head into the armor shop first. Armor shop, you've got a couple of displays for some power armor that's been completed. Looks nice. A couple of really cool paint jobs on those. And then you've got a variety. You've got they picked up some flags out in the wasteland from some different factions, and you got a variety of armor. These guys aren't affiliated with anybody necessarily, but they're not at war with anybody either, so they've got a wide variety. So you got some stuff from the Institute, some stuff from Raider, some robot armor. You got a variety of helmets in the back here, and there's a gunner in the corner. But you got some gas masks, some different helmets, flight helmets and armor helmets, and some hats. They got some different goggles, and he also sells regular suits, under suits and basic uniforms and such. Come across the way, and we've got the weapons locker, and he's got a whole bunch of pistols over here. And it's some, mini gun and a rocket launcher over here, missile launcher. And he's got the rifles on this wall over here. Nice variety of those. Come here, and he's got some mods on the right and some melee weapons on the left. Good variety. He's got some magazines, a flare gun, and just for fun, a paddleball. In the back, we've got all of the ammo. Any ammo you could ever want is found here. He's got every type of ammo in stock. And as you see, he's got quite a bit of it. He's got some melee weapons and some other heavy weapons in the back. And we've also got every type of grenade and mine over here, plus a couple of mini nukes, some missiles, and some power cores, some fusion cores. So he's got everything here that you could ever need for weapons. We're going to come downstairs. We're going to head into the clinic now. The clinic is right here, right underneath the overseer. There's that overseer window. And in the clinic, you got a little waiting room here. They got some magazines, some flowers, little waiting tables. This is the area for recovery for anybody who needs it. So when they come out of surgery, or if they need bed rest and they're sick, this is where they would go. They've got their little charts here on each of the tables. And then we've got the clinic here, and he's got some blood samples and a whole variety of chems for whatever ails you. He's got some Addictol here in case you're addicted to anything, and some waters as well. He also sells general medical supplies, so you can pick up any of the medical supplies you may need if you've got a need for it. Back here, if you look back here, he also seems to be kind of selling some chems. There's some Jet and some Psycho. I think he's trying to make some money on the side there. You got the optician here.
Go?
Yeah, that's a good question. I got the optician there. Whatever. I don't remember what it's called. But and then this is the security chair, or the surgery chair, excuse me, for the... this is the actual one that comes with the game. And then this is the surgery table that I've crafted. You got a little table here with a light, and you got all the scalpel and everything and all the tools that they would need for performing surgery, along with monitoring equipment in the corner. Next up, we're going to head down this way, and we're going to take a look at where they grow their food. That's in the hydroponics lab here. And in here, you got all the fertilizer. They use these death claw hands to kind of dig up some of the soil as needed. They've got some hose as well for that same purpose, but they can't all use it. They don't have enough of those, so they use what they have. And they have these death claw hands, which tend to dig through the soil pretty good. But they grow some potatoes and some mute fruit. Table here with the other stuff. They got the saw to trim things down and measure, and the shovels. And they also grow corn and carrots. So you've got a good variety of fruits over here, fruits and vegetables. We're going to come down this way. And they got this nice long path, and this is where everybody comes to relax. You got the arcade and shooting range, and the gym and the lockers. And we're going to come up to the gym first and show you guys up. Come in through here, and inside the gym, you got the boxing gloves if you want to put those on and spar. Got some stationary bikes, the pommel horses, and the benches, the weightlifting benches with a whole bunch of weights out here. And you got a nice view from up here of the shooting range, and I'll show you guys a closer picture of that. And up here you can kind of see the Nuka Zapper race, and we'll take a look at that in a minute. But you got a whole bunch of different weights and such. Come over here, and you see this is the men's locker room, and they got a bathrobe in here, and the showers. This is the showers for the men's locker room. They come back here, and they can take a shower, and then you got the sinks and the mirrors over here for that. Come over here, and this is the women's locker room. And inside the women's locker room, they've also got some bathrobes here. There's their sinks. They got some toilets, and of course, they've also got their own showers. So you got and the lockers that they can store anything in when they're working out. Come over here, and we're going to look at the arcade and shooting range. So in here, we got these tables. Got some people here who are enjoying some food. And there's that really giant bottle of Vim. Somebody didn't really properly clean up after themselves, but that's okay. You got the bar here, and this bar sells everything. He's got all the different flavors of Vim. He's got all the different flavors of Nuka-Cola, all the different varieties of the Gwinnett beer, and he's also got Deezer's Lemonade and Dirty Wastelanders. He's got every variety of alcohol, beer, wine, and all the liquors. So he can give you anything you need. Got a little cash register here. And this is the prize side. So you see these little token tickets here. You win those tickets from the arcade games, and you can turn them in here for these prizes. So you got a variety of Nuka World merchandise at the top, and some little models and stuffed bears and stuff. And there's little Jangles the Moon Monkey at the bottom there, hanging out, and some magnets here that are the super cheap things that you can pick up. We're going to take a look at you got some decoration out here, and so you got the hoop shot. Play that, play some basketball, see what you can do with that. And you got the atomic rollers, which is the skee ball. So that's your thing. You can play here. And this is the Nuka Zapper race, of course. There's that window upstairs. And this is the little, you shoot these little squirt guns at the target and try to make your bottle of Nuka-Cola reach the top first. I got some, and then you've got the Red Menace Whack-A-Kami, because who doesn't love to whack-a-kami? That sounds like fun. Just beat on those guys. And you got your tickets and tokens here that you can pick up. Now we're going to go outside and take a look at the arcade, or the shooting range, excuse me. You got your fire extinguisher here. You got the cases for the different weapons when they're not in use. When you get attacked by raiders, you can see a couple of their corpses out there that they like to use. Whenever we get attacked, we drag the corpses out here to the shooting range, and they make good target practice. So they got extra bullets over here. And we got, this is the rifle range over here. So you can throw out a bottle. As you see, you got the targets in the back. And you got this right here. And if you shoot this, you can keep track of your score. So you can also take a look at, you see we got a bear out there that you can shoot out, some mannequins dressed up as different types of raiders. Over here is the pistol range, the short range weapons. You can grab your pistol and shoot away on these. And lastly, we have this is the laser weapons. So you got all the different varieties of the laser and the more futuristic type of weaponry here, but you got your pistol here that you can shoot and take a look. You've got the access point that you can go out for whenever they need maintenance or repairs or replace anything out there, and they can take care of that. Now we're going to come back and we're going to go upstairs from where we just came down this hallway. I'm going to run down here. We're going to shut off the light, turn that on, because those guns are actually really hard to see with the lighting I've got, but that's okay. So we're going to come up here, and this is the classroom. And in the classroom, take a look, and you got all the desks for all the students. They got their lunch boxes and their books out. In the back here, you got all the supplies for the school. And over here, you got a whole bunch of nice, clean microscopes. Got the teacher's desk over here. Teacher's got all the things that they would need. You got the papers to grade, typewriter for fun, or not fun, but for writing anything up. And got a nice clean globe in the back there. And they keep a couple of chessboards up here as well, just for entertainment whenever the kids have been good. And I got this. This actually took a really long time to build. But I got the chalkboard up here in the front. And some pieces of chalk for whenever they want to write on it. Because, what's a school without a chalkboard? So now we're going to come back downstairs. Come over here. We're going to go into this right here, the barber shop. And the barber shop is where you can get your hair cut, of course. come in here, and they each have a pompadour wig on there because just in case they screw up your hair too badly, they can always throw a wig on you and say, yep, there you go. But you got the waiting area. Since there's only 2 barber stations here, there's a nice big waiting area because sometimes you may be waiting. There's quite a few people that live here, and with only 2 barbers, it may take a while. So you've got a whole selection of books that you can read and a bunch of magazines that you can flip through as well while you're waiting to get your haircut. Next up, we're going to come over here, and I'm going to explain this real quick. This right here is, I decided to do a tribute to a couple of people who have influenced me over the past several months for a lot of different things, you know, tips and tricks and different influences on this build. One of those is Paul of the Schooled Zone. I'll put a link in the description. And he's given me a lot of tips and tricks. You may have seen a lot of the wires floating through the walls and things, and he showed me how to do that. But this is Paul's panoply, and this is the tribute store for him. And in here, this is the clothing store. So we got a nice variety of clothing. You get some nice clean suits and dresses over here. The whole range of t-shirts that they've apparently just picked up out of the wasteland, because these are not clean at all. You got all the Nuka World stuff over here. They picked up some stuff at the Nuka World when they went out there, or rather when I did. I got some nicer clothes in the middle here, and this is the more casual section right here in the middle, right in the front. And you got some casual clothes that you can kind of wear. Over here you got the uniforms. You got a mechanic and a pastor and a postman. And you got the sports outfits. So you got your school clothes, and then a sports outfit and a baseball uniform. And then some mannequins wearing some clothes in the window. And then you got the cowboy and western wear. So you can dress up as that, or if you happen to be working with Brahmin or whatever, you've got that here. And in the back, we've got a whole bunch of hats. They do have a couple of extra hazmat suits if you need one. And then you've got, of course, the nice expensive tux and the red sequin dress. Those are the expensive items here. And a variety of eyewear as well. She also has a charge card here. So somebody is apparently leaving these charge cards. The last place we're going to go here, or the last shop, is Shade of Akeem, which is the other tribute location to the YouTuber Wasteland of Akeem, and she gave me a lot of inspiration on areas to build in my vault here. So let's go inside and take a look. You got the little station here, the little table where the hostess or the host will seat you. And then, of course, you've got all the seating out here. It's mostly couples seating. And you got a nice little placemat here for little placement for all the fine dining and candles at each of the tables. So it's a kind of a dark location, but it's designed to get people talking and interacting with one another rather than having too much other stuff going on. Back here, we got the bar. And he's got, of course, a whole bunch of alcohol back there, and beer and wine on this side over here. We're going to come back behind the bar, and this is the kitchen. And this is all the food ready to go out. We got some soups and some entrees here, a whole bunch of trays down below. You got the drinks and the pitchers, along with the mugs for the coffee, and then the various drink stations here. Then you got the food prep, all the pots and pans and utensils and such that they work with. And then you've got the actual food. This is where they store all their meat when they're not actually cooking with it, or when it's about to be cooked with, because they store the regular meat, of course, in the ice chest here. But if they're not cooking with it yet, if they're about to cook with it, they'll bring it out and put it here and let it come up to room temperature before they start cooking, or somewhat room temperature. And then you've got all the fruits and vegetables over here. They got their line of sinks for cleaning, because cleanliness, cleaning your hands, is very important in the kitchen. You got the grill over here. It's an indoor grill. Kind of smokeless thing that doesn't, but they can kind of grill some food, and then the kitchen station's here for everything else. And then, of course, the all-important fire extinguisher inside. Got to have that in the kitchen. Don't want to start a fire. Last area we're going to go to is we're going to come back across the way, and we're going to go take a look at the overseer's office. And the overseer's office is accessed from right here. Come in here, and we'll go up these stairs. And this is the waiting area for the overseer. The overseer's secretary will sit right here and make sure that anybody who is supposed to be going in to see the overseer will be allowed in. But otherwise, you sit here, you make appointments, and you can come in for the overseer. So we're going to come into the overseer's office, and he's got some stuff in here. Over in this corner, he's got all of his stuff. Since the overseer is, of course, my character, he's got a bunch of unique items that he has found in his travels. So some Nuka World stuff, some various things here. And of course, he has a telephone as well to contact anybody else. And this is his desk. And we're going to come down through this nice little hidden elevator. It's not really hidden, I guess. It's just behind a door. But we're going to come up here, and this is the overseer's apartment. This is where the overseer lives. So we come here. Of Nuka-Colas as well, with some cups. Come over here, and he's got some precious metals along one shelf, and some other stuff. I guess he visited the arcade down below, and he's got a Pip-Boy there. He's got some plans that he's used, some other things that he's picked up in his travels up here that are a little bit more precious, and he doesn't want to keep them in his office. He wants to keep them up here. Come over here, and he's got a nice little sitting area for reading. He's got a whole bunch of books and a couple of magazines and a coffee pot. And he's got his stereo here. And then he's got his surround sound. So you see he's got some speakers in the back here. And he's got, that's the subwoofer down there. And of course you've got the 3 speakers in the TV here, the one at the top and the ones on either side. So it's a 5.1 surround sound system. It's not fantastic. Not the most immersive setup, but it's pretty nice, and it's one of the perks of being the overseer. He can have that. Come in here. This is the overseer's bedroom. He has also a nice selection of books here on the bookshelf, and apparently he's hoarding a whole bunch of money, even though it's pretty much worthless at this point. Over at the bed, he's got his wife's wedding ring. He was able to get that back, and he keeps that here. And on the other side, he's got some dog tags here as well. It's a whole bunch of pillows. Over in the corner over here, this is his humidor. This is where he keeps all the cigars that he likes to smoke. There is no smoking inside the vault, but another perk of being the overseer is he is allowed to smoke outside. He is the only one who is allowed to do this, and nobody else even knows about it, because nobody else gets up here. Over here, this one is very precious. It is the Nuka-Cola recipe. This is one he found when he was in Nuka World, and he keeps it here in his bedroom. He's also got some other little stuff here, and the last place is the bathroom for the overseer. He's got his own private bathroom. There's a little shower over here in the corner. And over here is his closet, such as it is. He's got his nicer suits. He's got a tux, a nice suit there, and his Minuteman General's outfit. And then some different vault suits from all the different vaults that he's been to. He's able to pick up a vault suit from a lot of those vaults, and he keeps them here. And this door is where he goes when he wants to have a cigar. So you come out here, and he's got a little view over that's the maintenance tunnel, and you see there's some other stairs for the access point that's over there if they need to get around anywhere on the outside. But nobody else has access to this point. You come up here, he has a nice little path, and this is where the overseer comes, and he's got his own private chair with an ashtray, and if he wants, he's got a table for his book. or whatever he's working with at the moment. And he can come up here and relax and get away from everybody because nobody else is allowed up here. He can, however, if he wants, hop over this, and he can get around everywhere on top of the vault. And this is the nursery right up here. That's the living quarters down there. But he can get up here anytime he wants, if he feels like it. And he's got access to get back up if in case he falls off the edge or whatever. But that is the vault, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is the first of hopefully many. If you like this or have any comments or whatever, please feel free to leave them below. Everybody have a great day. Bye.